Alright guys, so I'm inside the 69 Camaro, and what I'm going to be doing today is I got this wideband here from AutoMeter, and my goal is I want to get this tucked away back here. I'm going to put it in here where the air conditioner controls go. It should fit in there perfectly, and I'm not planning on this sheet of ABS plastic, which I got off Amazon, but I'll use this. This is just a thin piece. I'll cut it. And my plan is I want to use this 3M tape that'll stick on the back of that ABS. I'm going to stick it back here behind this area here and kind of stick it in there, put the gauge in place, and that should hold it nicely in there. So the first thing I did, I've already done this, but I've just cut a template. I don't think you guys need to watch me do that. But what I did is as I was cutting this, I just kept test fitting it, and I'm gonna have this same size piece fit right back here like this. And if you can see back in there, it doesn't overlap anywhere. Fits in there nicely, and the gauge should go inside here with the transfer this over to the ABS plastic. So for the ABS plastic, I have this Bosch PVC blade that I put on my Jigsaw. Works really good on this ABS plastic, cuts it really nice. And if you want to clean up these rough edges, I usually just use the bench grinder. I have one of the pieces of 3M tape. I'm just going to place it on the front here just to hold this in place while I figure out where I want my gauge to be. Alright, so this calls for a 2 1/16 hole. I have a 2-inch, so I'm going to try to make this work. I might just have to trim the outside a little bit more. I just marked the center of where I want this gauge at, and I'm going to probably put some more stuff on here eventually in the future. We got a good fit in there now. I may add a couple switches or maybe different gauges here later in the future, but it's a good start. If you can always remake these things, are very simple. Now we just got to hook the wires up. The nice thing about this 3M tape is that you can take it on and off really easily. This is just the test piece I put on there. It just peels right off. To get my tape in place, before I actually stick it, I have some just regular rubbing alcohol. I'm going to take the area behind there, just make sure it's really clean so this 3M tape will stick better. And it's test fitted. I'm gonna have to trim some of this tape here, just like I did in this spot, so the tape doesn't show. So I'm gonna take it back off and just trim that up. So I was able to trim this up really easily. I just scored it lightly with a razor blade and trimmed everywhere I need to do, and it just peels right off. Now I'm just gonna put it into place. I have this into place. I'm gonna just make sure everything's pushed in firmly. And the gauge comes with this bracket here that goes behind it to actually secure it in place, but it actually is tight enough fit in here that I may not even need it. So anyway guys, this is a quick, easy way. Only took me about 20 minutes to do this. I didn't have to drill any holes in here. It's a quick way to make something with ABS plastic. Everything's original here. I don't want to add additional holes to anything that doesn't need to be there.